This dirty old Bulova wristwatch with a ratty Velcro strap looks like it belongs in a pawn shop. But it recently sold at auction for more than $1.6 million.
It's the only watch you could possibly own that was on the moon.
That's right. This watch was worn by an astronaut on the lunar surface. In that dirt, it's actually moondust, which sends super-rich space collectors into orbit.
This is the view.
There was 12 men on the moon, and only so many of them brought home souvenirs.
During the Apollo 15 mission, Commander David Scott's NASA-issued Omega watch broke. His backup timekeeper was his own Bulova chronograph.
All the other Omegas that were the government owned are in the Smithsonian or in the National Collection.
Because the Bulova was Scott's personal property, he got to keep it until the 83-year-old astronaut gave it to Bobby Livingston to auction for him.
This watch has not seen the light of day since 1971.
An anonymous businessman in Florida had the top bid, which sent his watch collection over the moon. Most car aficionados keep their multi-million-dollar collections off the road under lock and key. Not financial services mogul Peter Mullen. When you were out there today, did you get over 100 miles an hour in this car?
Yes, probably right in that range.
Peter has a thing for French cars from the late 20s and 30s. He's been collecting them for 35 years, and this weekend he's at a rally in Central California, racing a few of his vintage favorites, each worth around $1 million. But the lineup here is modest compared to what he keeps at his museum outside L.A. Peter's collection is worth well over $70 million, an impressive spread of some 65 rare automobiles, including the world's largest private collection of Bugattis. The pièce de résistance, a 1936 Type 57 SC Atlantique. It's revered as a work of art. Only two exist. Fashion icon Ralph Lauren owns the other one. Peter and a partner are rumored to have paid between $30 and $40 million for theirs, but that was back in 2010. Experts say if this curvy French coupe were put up for grabs today, it would go for between 40 and 60 million bucks, which could make it the most expensive car in the world. But that doesn't stop Peter from driving it.
People tell me, how could you possibly take that out on the road? The answer is, to me, how could I possibly not?
Wouldn't it be safer just to keep them locked up as investments?
It would be a lot more boring.
Peter has made billions over the years investing very wisely, so don't be alarmed. He assures us that these investments are in very good hands.
Check it out.
When spending millions on a rare musical instrument, you expect it to get the white glove treatment.
Gives me a little chills to hold this.
But someone just spent $2.4 million on this guitar because of the wear and tear caused by its original owner. Like the worn-out frets, the scratched finish, and most importantly, the strumming mark above the strings.
If you look at John's style of playing and how he held the guitar and where the erosion on the guitar would be while he played it, you can see this here.
John, of course, is John Lennon. And this fab 1962 Gibson guitar is the one he played when he co-wrote many of the Beatles' iconic early hits.
P.S. I Love You, Love, Love Me Do, I Saw Her Standing There. John loved this guitar because it's an acoustic guitar. It could go to Paul's house at night and they would write songs in it.
The guitar's whereabouts have been a mystery since it was stolen from Lennon in 1963. It turned up last year when a novice musician who had bought it from a music shop in 1969 for just $175 and hung on to it, saw a magazine article about the Beatles' guitars and realized his was Lennon's lost Gibson. He gave it to Martin Nolan at Julien's Auctions to put it on the block. The seller agreed to give half the proceeds of the sale to John's Spirit Foundation, a charitable organization that he created with his widow, Yoko Ono.
To some collectors, they have no interest in Monets or Picassos. This is their Monet. This is their Picasso.
Located just minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, you'll find this over-the-top mega mansion that can't seem to attract a buyer. First listed at $22 million, the sellers have slashed the price and even made a slick promotional video that's packed with bikini-clad models reveling in the outdoor grotto, strolling through a secret passageway that leads to a soundproof underground shooting range, and marveling at a 20-car garage that comes with an old-fashioned gas pump. Unfortunately, this sexy video has not helped close the deal, so the owners have decided to roll the dice and put their giant home on the auction block with no reserve.
That means that regardless of price, the highest bidder wins the property.
The sellers are partnering with a company called Concierge Auctions, which specializes in selling multi-million-dollar properties for the super rich.
We have 12 bidders from all over the nation, and we have several billionaires that are registered to bid tonight. Some will be on the phone, and some will be present.
The auction is taking place at a private jet hangar at McCarran Airport, and bidders have been vetted in advance.
I feel fantastic with the bidders that we have, and I know that this will be the market value at the end of the night.
The auction is live, and we're on.
After just 1 minute of bidding, the price of the house reaches a cool $6 million.
How about 6.5? Anybody? I'm starting to listen to the planes fly over.
But just as suddenly, the bids stop coming, and the auctioneer is signaled to buy some time.
What else can I tell you about this wonderful estate? So I have a strong bid in at $6 million, and I'm asking for 7 where?
$6 million is a fraction of what the sellers once wanted for their place, so their big gamble seems to be backfiring.
Anybody? Anywhere? Last call? We're going to the bank. We have sold it right here for $6,100,000.
And while the sellers were likely disappointed by the hammer price,
let's have a round of applause.
It just goes to show you that even in Vegas, the house doesn't always win. The outside of this nondescript garage is dull and drab, but inside there's every color of the Porsche Rainbow.
This is a 2007 GT3 RS in pure orange. This color is called Hellgelb. This particular car is called Ice Green Metallic.
Vintage car dealer Aret Yelangian loves Porsches in eye-catching hues. Some he keeps for his collection. Others he's willing to part with for the right price.
This is an 05 Carrera GT. The silver ones will sell for around $700,000 to $800,000. This car will sell for about $1.25 million because of the color combination.
Rare shades are worth more on the open market, but don't bother getting your Porsche custom painted because collectors much prefer factory originals, from the hood to the wheel.
There's no other 89 Speedster in this color. There were many bright red, black, silver was a popular color, but this one is the only yellow one.
That's because back in 1989, a Porsche executive pre-ordered it in bumper-to-bumper bright yellow.
We think in the next few years, this will trade for around $500,000.
But these days, you don't have to be a company executive to ask the factory for a custom coat of paint.
Porsche will paint your car to a specific color. You could give them a swatch and they will match that color. Obviously, you pay for the privilege.
Though pricey, that privilege may be a bargain compared to the cost of driving one of these colorful classics out of this garage and into yours. These white sturgeon may be ugly fish, but they have a surprising superpower that just might keep you looking great, because their eggs are said to possess potent cosmetic benefits. And the La Prairie Day Spa has harnessed those beauty perks in a 90-minute treatment that costs $1,250. It's called the White Caviar Illuminating Facial.
We do this treatment approximately 3 times a month. It's a very special set of people who tend to go for it.
Spa director Christian Davies can't divulge any names, but says the service attracts clientele who are used to the finer things in life.
But this particular treatment is also very popular with royalty.
It's going to feel cool.
Estheticians start with a 3-minute cellular peel followed by a calming eye massage using ice-cold globes. Next, serums that contain golden caviar extracts are swept over the face and massaged into the pores. This process is supposed to diminish age spots while firming and hydrating the skin. Guests may be paying more than $1,000 for this over-the-top pampering.
Open your eyes.
But afterward, some say they feel like $1 million, which gives this fish story a very satisfying ending.